Hi, kids. I wanted to show you a problem for today. It's called the baby dragon. So we're going with our mythology theme today. We had the Pegasus earlier in the week. We have the little kind of make-believe cats and stuff, and now we have the baby dragon. So the problem is once again about tables, and this is one of those tables with the three different parts, right? Where you're tracking not just two things, but actually three things. Three. Can you believe it? Three things in one table. Three things, one table. Amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay. The baby dragon's claws grow 2 inches each month, and the spines on her back grow 3 inches each month. That's pretty good, right? If you're growing 2 inches of your claws every month, like you got some pretty good claws. And I imagine a dragon would be a pretty fierce opponent and quite impressive. One of my students told me the other day that they'd like to go to Bulgaria. And I was like, why Bulgaria? And they said, well, because of Harry Potter, there was a team that came from Bulgaria, I think in Harry Potter 3, 4, I don't remember. But one of the teams came from Bulgaria. And that's where I think some of the dragons might be too, or maybe it's Romania. But in any case, baby dragons, gotta see them, right? Okay, so every baby dragon, or at least according to this thing, there's a chart on how much they grow. And the growth is consistent, meaning that every month it would be the same amount, right? Another 2 inches every month on the claws. And the spines on the back, right? And we see it in the ferocious drawing there. The spines on her back grow 3 inches in a month. And that means every month another 3 inches, right? Getting bigger, getting bigger. When she was born, she had no claws, but her spines were 1 inch long. That's an interesting thing. Notice right here, when she was born, age and months, 0, right here. So in that little column right here, we notice that it starts where the length of the spine start at 1. That's very interesting, yet the claws are at 0. Now, what it goes to from there is it says this chart, right, was made to kind of track the baby's growth. So month 1. So when we look at this, age and month is all across the top. During month 0, the claw, like when they were born, right? That means that you're 0. You were born. You're not a month old when you were born. You're not a month old until 30 days later, 31 days later. Then you're 1 month old. So at 0, she had spines that were 1 inch long in the back, but no claws. But by the time she was 1 month old, the baby dragon had 2 inch claws and 4 inch spines, right? By the time she was 2 months old, her claws had grown to be 4 inches and her spines had grown to be 7, and that's getting pretty long, right? So this dragon's going to keep growing, and then it goes on. And now notice the months are going to keep marching along. So what I would recommend that you do is, and I'd recommend that you extend this table because it's going to be helpful, I think, when you answer these questions to kind of move ahead to say what happens at 5. Oh, that doesn't look like a 5. 1 second. What happens at 5 months? What happens at 6 months? And maybe even going up to 7. You might want to go a little further. I don't know. But what I would say is extend your table. And remember, the table is kind of like really important for what you're doing in your notebook. And when you're extending this table, please keep in mind that this table is going to march. Like there's a movement happening. There's an order to it. This is not just kind of willy nilly, whatever. Like it's very orderly how a dragon grows. I mean, this is science, people, hard science on how a dragon's spines grow. We know this, right? So what you want to do is kind of like chart that progress, and that's what the table is for. So this line right here says draw an entire table in your notebook and fill in the blanks up to 4 months old. I want all of that table, so let's make it right here blue. I want all of this table right here. Whoop. Oh, I don't think it does it over me. I want you to draw this thing, right? And if you want to go up to 7 months, you can. I'd like you to go a little bit beyond where they started, right? So you can kind of extend this table. Now the questions. What are they going to ask us? Well, let's get into the questions. They're lower on your document. Um, how long will the baby's claws be when she is 3 months old? Well, that's easy. You just figured that out on the table, like no problem, right? We can do that. We just got to fill out the next step. How long will the baby's spines be when she is 3 months old? Once again, softball question, no problem. You got nothing to worry about there. But this is where it gets interesting. Number 3, and we skipped 2, by the way. 2 just said fill out the table, so I took it out. I told you already to fill out the table. Um, Number 3, how old will the baby dragon be when her claws are 18 inches long? So now we need to think about what is going on. Like that's why I said extend the table, because when the claws are 18 inches long, are we going to get there on our table? Right? I want to know. Remember the claws? We said 2 inches per month, right? I want to know when we're going to get there. Are we going to make it on our table? And if not, can you predict when that's going to happen? And the last one, her mom told the baby that her claws would be 25 inches long when she was 1 year old. Explain how you know that she is wrong. Oh my gosh, getting bad advice from the mom. So I want you to look at the problem and think, okay, when are her claws going to be 25 inches? Like, and when does she hit a year? How long? Look at the table. Predict, plan, organize. See if you can answer all of these questions. Can you answer them carefully and clearly in the notebook? Make sure that when you send me the file, the picture of it, that it's very clearly laid out and that I can see the table. I definitely want to see that table. That should be like the biggest, not biggest, but like the main thing I see on that sheet should be the table, right? And then you can start to answer the questions from the table. But and if you want to draw a dragon, I will give you extra credit if you draw the dragon. It doesn't have to be that one. It could just be a dragon, but extra credit for drawing a dragon. Pretty exciting, right? Do it, draw a dragon. I know some of you are amazing artists, so I'd love to see it. All right, my friends, have a great day. Enjoy this problem. Draw me a great baby dragon, and also do the math. That's kind of important. And I'll see you. I think maybe I already saw you Wednesday, maybe not, but I'll hopefully see you soon. Bye, everybody. Bye.